Okay, after understanding the different phases in detail, let us get into the software project related specific requirements, or we can say specific nature of the software project, because that is what we are dealing with in our IT management. So let us see what are the different characteristics so far software project is concerned. Many times software project, the first characteristic we notice, specialty we can say, is difficult to define very definitively. There are many things which are vague. Even it is not clear to the client and not clear to the developer. So to understand the things, probably we have to experiment, so that we have to go through the different cycles of experimentation, and finally we can come out with some finished product. So that is what one challenge. Next is really difficult to understand when we have arrived at the desired stage of software. So mostly software projects are parallel run sort of things. So we have multiple things developed parallelly, and we find it very difficult at what stage we are in at particular point of time. Even though we have different tools and various means of monitoring the project, it's fine. It's really difficult in certain projects at what stage we are really in. We can't test the project throughout. Rather, we are doing unit level, module level, integration level, but the complete test or full run, full rollout is very difficult many times. And when it goes to the actual field, sometimes the problem arises because we are not tested it in real life situation. So that is what are the one complexity which we may face. Many times the end users, we have developed the product or maybe that service and hand over to the users, but users are not very conversant to the technology. They find it difficult to implement it. They find it a lot of training requirements to bring them to the level of that technological requirement. Sometimes technology itself get outdated by the time our product is being developed and delivered. So in software development, we have to cope up with the technological evolution or new versions. For example, suppose we have developed an application which work under, let us say, Windows version 11, and tomorrow new version has come up. So whether it be compatible, so compatibility is one of the issues that we have to take care of. Getting people is one of the very difficult tasks with the required skill sets at the required budgetary cost. So many times people outsource the things and get it done from some developers or freelancers, and then they integrate. But then the problem is the quality, the reliability of the work. Project development team is geographically spread and even clients too. See, development is very big in a way. There are various modules parallelly developed. Some modules are developed in one country, or within a country also in different locations. So they are geographically distributed. The team is geographically distributed. Most of the things are done through online, but still very difficult to track and coordinate. Even our clients are not located in the vicinity. They're sitting somewhere across the country, and every time we have to make a demo, we have to take the feedback, reiterate for the development. So it is a bit challenging task in the software project development. Match old business requirement in new digitized context. See, he required a re-engineering the process re-engineering, because when you want to digitize any business, the basic nature of the business we have to capture into the logical format or digital context and digital data formats, rather we can say. So that is a tough task. We have to match the very basic nature of the business requirements through the new concepts of digitization. So that is again a challenge for software projects. Compatibility with new development technology is another issue which already I discussed with the OS level, maybe hardware compatibility, API support, or maybe other services, microservices we are integrating with this. So all those things we have to make it compatible. So it's very complex, challenging task when you have software project to develop. So these are some concepts that we have to take into consideration when you are working with a software project. One more last important concept is security. Security in terms of the data that we are going to handle with, security in terms of business secrets that suppose that business logic is going to capture. So these are all aspects. Even when it is in the deployed stage, the security in terms of penetration by hackers and how you can say security foolproof system we can develop. So these are all aspects we have to take into consideration, because things are distributed. It's not well in one location and well in control of anybody. So especially in cloud-based technology, then again we have to consider different aspects of security problems. So all these things we have to be very particular, which are in context of software project. Next, we have to understand one more concept called compatibility maturity model, CMM. Now this is in terms of organizational level. The IT company which developed the software, they are evaluated based on their CMM level. CMM level means that organization how matured enough to handle the complex projects. Now the maturity never comes in a short terms of time. It is evolved or it is developed over a period. When they handle a number of projects with a different complexity, with different types of technology, different types of platforms, they integrate. So all those things will give the maturity and to the organization, the development organization. So you can see it is a plot where the x-axis talk about process sustainability and project repeatability. That means what? As you see here, the boxes are there. These are different maturity levels, we can say. This is the maturity level 1, 2, 3. So as you move ahead, the maturity is going higher and higher, better and better, we can say. In what sense? The organizational effectiveness. As I said, some organization which are at the lower maturity level. So effectiveness, maturity level 1, 2, they can't handle very complex projects. They are at the initial stage where the team is not so qualified, they are not so matured enough to handle various nitty-gritty or complexity of the project. So that is what we can say organizational effectiveness. And their processes is not well established, which are sustainable and repeatable. See, certain things which are repeatable means they are well controlled. We know that the process are well controlled, then whatever input will give the what expected output is, because the process is well controlled. And that is what is happening when we have the company with the higher maturity. So they have well defined processes, their quantitative, qualitative aspects are very well defined, documented, and their processes are well set so that we ensure the sustainability, process sustainability. And if you go to maturity level higher, even at the high level, they have the optimized process. The processes are well established and effective and efficient, so that their competency level in terms of technical aspect, in terms of handling the complexity of the project, in terms of understanding the project's requirements will be very, very high. And that is what we call it as a CMM level. So it is something to do with organizational capabilities or effectiveness.